subscribe, and I hope you stick around. Let's address the white elephant in the room. My hair's short, and it's blue, and I love it, and I'm really obsessed with it. I feel like in my past videos, I've told you guys, like, oh, I want my blue hair again, and, like, I've complained to everyone in my life that I want my blue hair again. I used to have it. Short story, I used to have it. I had a midnight blue, dark blue. I couldn't have it anymore for work purposes, and I'm able to have it now. So I have it now. I'm excited. I chopped it. I love it. I feel myself when I have blue hair, so I'm so happy to have it. And I just did it myself. Like, I don't care. Or, you know, I'd rather spend the money on something else, so I'm excited to have it back. Hope you guys like me as a blueberry. Today I'm going to be telling you guys a short little story about the time that I almost died riding my bike. This story starts out senior year of high school. I love riding my bike. I still do, and I did it really often senior year. I used to go all the time with some friends. During this time, I was with two of my friends, and one of them's name is Cassie. If you're watching, shout out to you. Thanks for witnessing all of it, and you guys didn't let me die. So there's a creek by our house. It's like 20 minutes, 15 minutes-ish to ride your bike over there. And we have a good idea. And we're like, hey, let's just bike over there. We start heading over there. Everything's fine. Like, we're having fun. Like, I'm getting a little adrenaline rushing through my body, not gonna lie to you, on the way over there. So I'm like, this is weird. I feel like this is not a good idea. We start riding our bikes. Everything's fine. They're cruising. And I'm, like, circling, doing the most, doing extra things. And I was feeling a little too confident on my bike. I was being a little too competitive when nobody wanted to be. Like, girl, chillax. And I'm, like, over here trying to do tricks and stuff, like a competitive biker or something like that. Like, I don't know what the heck I was doing. We start riding for like 10 more minutes. We come across this hill, and it's like filled with pebbles, like gravel. Like, it looks pretty dangerous, and it's honestly pretty high up. And they look at me and they're like, and I had the brilliant idea, obviously, because I'm filled with brilliant ideas, and I'm like, let's go down the hill. Come on, you blank. Insert whatever word you want to insert, because it's probably the word I used. And they're like, no, we're not gonna do that. What the heck? And they're like, fine, you go first. And I'm like, fine, whatever. So I make it to the top of the hill, and I'm looking down. I'm like, really questioning myself, and I'm like, Natalie, you probably shouldn't do this. Like, I had the intention of not doing it, but I was already up there. I already called them names, and I already made fun of them for not wanting to do it. And I'm like, I can't chicken out now. So I'm looking down, terrified. I sit down on my bike. I start going down the hill. Not even halfway down, I try looking for the pedals. Like, I start hitting the brakes on the top, the brakes on the pedals, and nothing is working. And I'm panicking at this point. So I put my feet down, and I'm like, oh no. And as you can imagine, brakes were not working at that time. So I flipped over on my bike, and I fell, and I got this giant gash on my leg. And I see my friends coming right down behind me, and they made it down safe, because they're not dumb, and they did not try not to do the most like I did. I tried not ruin the day for everyone, so I was like, no, fine, we can just keep riding around. And they're like, we probably shouldn't do that because you're bleeding a lot. And I'm like, no, everything's cool, everything's fine, don't worry about me, I'm fine. And one of my friends like, okay, well, you have a sweater, and it's kind of warm outside. How about you just take it off and wrap it around while we get home? And I'm like, okay, great idea. There's some pictures of this day, actually. And we wrap it around, we get home. The entire time, it's agonizing pain. I couldn't call my mom because my phone was dead. Or I was just too embarrassed to even get home. My poor mom's cleaning in the bathroom, and she just looks at me. She's like, let's go clean it because it might be dirty. And bless her heart, like, we cleaned it. I went to bed. Everything's great. And then I get a text message from my best friend, Dallas. And he's texting me to remind me to bring some things for the next day. It was senior ditch day. Of course it was. We're going to San Francisco to explore with some other group of friends, and we were going to have fun. Go to bed. I wake up the very next morning, the day that they're picking me up, and my leg is in so much pain. Like, it's so puffy, it's like dark, it's different colors, like it's still bleeding, and it hurts so bad. But I didn't want to ruin the day, and I obviously wanted to go. It was my senior ditch day, it was my senior year. Like, I wanted to do everything, and I did do it, and I went. The entire time I was in so much pain. I was like wobbling everywhere. I looked like a dang penguin. I could barely walk. Everyone was making fun of me and thought it was so funny, and I'm like, yeah guys, good joke. Yep. I get to school, I tell everyone about my incident, and they're just like throwing jokes at me like, Natalie, don't forget to check the brakes. Don't forget to check your brakes. And I'm like, haha, yeah, really funny, guys. Whatever. I don't let it bother me. I keep moving on, and then we'll just skip over to the day of my graduation. We're doing graduation practice, you know, we're practicing, we're standing out there in the really hot sun, and I'm like sitting there, I'm like, crap, like this hurts so bad, like it still hurts really bad. Like it was this giant gash that cut me. Want to do, and I was really concerned because I'm like, am I even gonna be able to walk during graduation? Like honestly, like I know it sounds so dramatic, but like it hurt that bad, and I have a pretty high pain tolerance, so I was like, crap, am I gonna be able to make it? We go through the practice. Obviously I'm in pain, I'm like tearing up, and it's fine. I go to Dutch Bros, I go home, I get ready for my graduation. It's the graduation night, we're all sitting there. I hear other people's names going up, and they're just walking up there, having fun. Woo, yeah, I'm graduated, yeah. And then I hear my name, and I'm like, crap. I walk up there, I start wobbling up there, and I like see my best friend like laughing at me. He's like, oh my God. And I'm like, okay. I get to the bottom of like the stands to like go up, and I'm like, crap. So I'm like, okay, let me just start recording because I want to remember this forever. I start recording, and I honestly, as I'm like shaking everyone's hand, going through the stage, I don't remember it hurting that much. And I even like started thanking my mom because like, you know, I wouldn't have done it without her. She's always pushed me. So I felt like I had to thank her for all her help and such. And I reached to the end of the stage, and I'm like, oh, reality's hitting me. This hurts again. And I go down, I wobble to my seat because I was in so much pain. But it's funny to look back at now, even though at the time I was like miserable, but it's really funny to think of now. Because of course it would be me that hurt during graduation, you know what I mean? Everything's great, and it was so memorable, and I feel like that you made it even memorable because obviously that's such a Natalie thing to do, so I wouldn't change anything about those last few weeks. And you know what? It's a funny story to think about. Like, this is a short story, but it's funny to think about. Like, don't do anything that's too extreme, too something that you know you can't handle, and always be safe no matter what. Like, always be safe. I really, really recommend while you're doing any activity like biking or anything like that, just know your limits and be safe, because I obviously didn't know my limits and I just did whatever I felt like was cool, and that obviously did not work out in my favor. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment below what you see next. I hope to see you in my next video, and I hope you join my colorful world. I'll see you guys later. Bye.